Hello everyone, welcome to the next class of macroeconomics, that is class number 2 for government budget and the economy. In the last class we have discussed about the meaning of the government budget and the objectives of government budget. Today, now we are going to discuss about structure of the government budget. As we have already done in the last class, budget is a statement that shows receipts and expenditure of the government during a fiscal year. It means its structure can also be classified into two parts. One is receipts, that can be termed as budgeted receipts. One is expenditure, that can be termed as budgeted expenditure. One is receipt, one is expenditure. Receipt means income is coming. Expenditure means income is going, or the expenses means the funds are going. Receipts means funds are coming. Expenditure means funds are going. First is budgeted receipts. First of all, two situations were there. Receipts means to decrease in the assets or increase in the liability. Means when the funds were coming, it leads to reduction in assets or leads to increase in the liability. When we get expenditure on any kind, it leads to increase in the assets or reduction in the liability. Just an example, government receives rupees 5 lakh. When the government receives funds, it can be from the above two sources or the other part. We are going to discuss it one by one. Means receipts leads to reduction in assets or increase in the liability, whereas expenditure leads to increase in the assets or reduction in the liabilities. So receipts will be classified into two parts. One is revenue receipts, one is capital receipts. In the same manner, expenditure is also classified into two parts. One is revenue expenditure and one is capital expenditure. What does revenue means? What does capital means? We are going to discuss it one by one. First of all, what do you mean by revenue receipts? Revenue receipts are those receipts which neither leads to reduction in assets nor leads to increase in the liability. It means, as per the revenue receipt, there was no change in the asset and liability status in an economy. Capital receipts are those receipts which either leads to reduction in assets or leads to increase in the liability. I am using word neither nor, either or. Neither nor means amongst the two. Either or means amongst the two. Amongst the two, one can be there. First is revenue receipts are those receipts which neither leads to reduction in assets nor leads to increase in the liability. Capital receipts are those receipts which either leads to reduction in assets or leads to increase in the liability. Now, in the same manner, revenue expenditure means those expenditure which neither leads to increase in the assets nor leads to decrease in the liability. Capital expenditure means those expenditure which either leads to increase in the assets or leads to decrease in the liability. It means last inclusion was there. In the revenue part, there was no change in the asset and liability status in an economy, but in the capital part, there was change in the asset and liability status in the economy. Next time, revenue receipt can further be classified into two parts. One is tax receipts, one is non-tax receipts. Tax receipts. First of all, tax receipts were one-sided payments. One-sided means unilateral. One-sided means unilateral payments. This can further be classified into three heads. First is progressive and regressive tax. Second is direct and indirect tax. Third is VAT and progressive tax, VAT and specific tax. First of all, progressive tax. The tax which increases with the increase in the income, that is termed as progressive tax. The tax which remains same on all level of income group, that is regressive tax. Means the tax which increases with the increase in the income, that is termed as progressive tax, and real burden of such kind of taxes is on that section of the society. Regressive tax means the tax which remains same on all sections of the society, that is regressive tax, and its real burden is on poor section of the society. Next is direct and indirect tax. The tax in which burden cannot be shifted to others, that is termed as direct tax. The tax in which burden can be shifted on to others is termed as indirect tax. It means impact of the tax is lies on the same person, that was direct tax. Impact is on one person and paid by the other person, that is indirect tax. One is direct tax, one is indirect tax. Example of direct tax is income tax. An example of indirect tax is GST. Next is VAT and specific tax. Tax that is applicable on different stages of production. That is different stages of value addition is termed as VAT, value added tax. It can also be termed as ad valorem tax. Next is specific tax. Tax that is applicable on specific. Next is specific tax. Tax that is applicable on specific shape, size, commodity, that is termed as specific tax. Now the next heading is non-tax receipts. Non-tax receipts can further be classified as First fees, second fines, third is fee, next special assessment, next income from PSUs, next sale of spectrum. First is fees. When the government provides administrative services, in return government charges some kind of fees, that is known as fees. Administrative services means fees at the time of registration of the property, license fees, birth certificate fees, death certificate fees, etc. Next is fines or penalty. When the people break the rules and regulations made by the government, in return government impose some penalties on that people, that is known as fines or penalty. The main motto of the government behind this is to make the people abide by the rules and the regulations. Next is ST. Any property which is not having its legal hire. Legal hire means the property that is not having its nominee in the back, means a person after the death of a person, there was no legal hire of that property. That property comes under the category of the government. When the government sells that property and earn the value in return, that is known as ST. Means any property which is not having its legal hire, and when the government generates income by selling this property, that is known as ST. Next is special assessment. When, as per the developmental expenditure of the government, value of the property should be increased. In return, government charges some revenue or government charges some income from the people whose value is increased due to the special developmental expenditure of the government. That is known as special assessment. Next is income from PSUs, that is public sector undertakings. Income from PSUs means income generated by the government from its companies, that is railways, GAIL, SAIL, etc. Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Gas Authority of India Limited, Steel Authority of India Limited. Next is sale of spectrum like 2G, 3G, 4G. Now we are going for the next heading, that is capital assets. Capital assets means those receipts which either leads to reduction in assets or leads to increase in the liability. It can be classified into three parts. First is borrowings and other liabilities, second is recovery of loans, third is other receipts. First is borrowings and other liabilities. This borrowings and other liabilities can be classified into three parts. Government borrow funds from three sources. One is RBI, one is general public, one is rest of the world. I am repeating again. One is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. One is general public. Next is rest of the world. When government borrow funds, that can also be termed as debt, and it leads to increase in liability of the government. Next, having recovery of loans. When the government grant loans to someone, that can be termed as asset for the government. When the government recover its loan, means government is recovering its loan again, it leads to reduction in assets, that can be termed as recovery of loans. Other assets means sale of public sector undertakings or disinvestment, etc. Disinvestment leads to reduction in assets of the government. These were the two headings. One is revenue receipts, one is capital receipts. Next, we are moving to the heading that is revenue expenditure. Expenditure which leads to neither leads to increase in the assets, neither leads to decrease in the liability, that can be termed as revenue expenditure. First is wage bill of the government, means salary for the government officials, that can be classified as revenue expenditure. Next is defense purchases. Defense purchases means purchases for the defense people. Next is scholarship or pension. Scholarship pension means expenditure by the government on scholarship or pensions, because it does not lead to increase in the assets, neither leads to decrease in the liability. Next, having capital expenditure. First of all, we need to clear its meaning. Expenditure which leads to increase in the assets or leads to decrease in the liability. First is repayment of borrowings. It leads to reduction in liability of the government. Next is expenditure on roads, dams and bridges. It leads to increase in assets of the government. Next is investment in shares. It leads to increase in assets of the government. Next is defense purchases. It means purchase of arms, ammunition, tanks, etc. It leads to increase in assets of the government. So this was the structure of the government budget. It was classified into two parts. One is budgeted receipts, one is budgeted expenditure. Budgeted receipts can further be classified as revenue receipts and capital receipts. Budget expenditure can also be classified as revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Just have a screenshot of this and note down the same in your notebooks for better understanding.